So every few months, I usually host a songwriting challenge. And last time we did a challenge, it was a top lining challenge where I actually gave you a music track and then asked you to write melody and lyrics to the music track. It was super fun to see what everybody did with the track. If you missed it, all of those songs are still in the peer review section on athomesongwritingcourses.com in the community, so you can hear what people have written. You can still download the track, so if you want to try your hand at doing some top lining, you can definitely do that. But this month, what I wanted to do is take an idea that I got from Shelley Hallberg, who is part of the group. After we did the top lining, Shelley said, well, you gave us music so we could write lyrics and melody. Why don't you give us lyrics and then we can put music to the lyrics? So this month, I wrote some lyrics, and the challenge is going to be for you to write music to the lyrics that I've written. And I know some of you are going to say, well, I'm a lyricist, but that's your challenge to then try to come up with a melody and how you may sing it. And if you're not really a musician, that's totally fine, because you should still be able to at least sing a little bit, even if you're not Celine Dion or as good as Paul Beckerman. That way you can still kind of hum out a tune or come up with something. But I think this will be a lot of fun to see what you all do with the words that I've written. So I'm going to share my screen. So what are the at-home songwriting challenges? So it's really, the keyword is challenge. What I really want to do is challenge your sort of status quo on how you normally write, and really have you thinking about how to write songs in a different way, or give yourself some criteria to really help expand your songwriting chops. What at-home songwriting is really about is helping you become a better writer. So the idea here is, this is not a contest. It's not a race. So, you don't have to rush through it. There's nobody timing you. The only thing is, there is a deadline to get your song into the sharing meeting, which we'll do on May 4th. But we'll talk more about that in a minute. But again, not really a contest. This is really just to see, how you can challenge yourself. It's an exercise in writing from an assignment that will really help to test your skill and give you something to practice. And it's also a really cool chance for all of us to write from the same starting point. So everybody's starting from the same place. And what's really cool about this is, even though we start at the same spot, for those of you who have been part of this in the past, you'll see that all of us go to such a different and creative end that it's really fun to see how we're all different as writers. We will have the sharing meeting on May 4th, like I had said, and this is really to just share and celebrate the work that you've put in. So it's a chance to really hear what everybody did and have a chance to comment on some of the work. It's not really a critique meeting. It's more of just, hey, this is really cool. Like, I like what you did with this, but it's definitely a lot of fun. And I'll show you where to submit your song in just a moment. So sharing your song. This morning I posted a post in the peer-to-peer feedback section in the at-home songwriting online community. You can join and access the community at athomesongwritingcourses.com. It's totally free. Just hit the sign up button, and then you can enroll in the community, and you can log in and see where there's places to post. You'll be able to post your, in some of the challenges, you'll post lyrics. Obviously, I'm giving you the lyrics, but in this case, you can attach an MP3 audio file to your submission. And then songs should be posted by May 3rd. That way I have a chance to get them ready for sharing on May 4th. We'll be meeting at 10:30 on May 4th, and you'll be able to RSVP to the sharing meeting, both on the meetup page and also in the community events page as well. And only songs that are written for the challenge will be included. Obviously, you're starting with all the same lyrics, so we'll be able to tell if you wrote to this or not. Um, but here's just kind of a screenshot of what you click on to go to the community. Then there's a peer song review section. That's where you will click. It's off to the left, and you'll be able to log in and see the post there. So if you need any help or guidance on, while you're working on your song, there's a ton of past workshops and other videos on the At Home Songwriting YouTube channel. That's at athomesongwriting.com. The past workshops and videos will help you, write a song that can meet the challenge criteria. So if you do get stuck, definitely check out some of the things we've done in the past. So before we get to the actual challenge, are there any questions that anybody has on kind of the process here, or kind of where we're going with this one?
What was the date next month you said?
Saturday, May 4th is when the sharing meeting is. And Wally, looks like you're clapping. Or are you raising your hand?
I'm raising my hand. Oh yeah,
Okay,
sorry.
that's okay.
Chad, we're going to write the melody to the lyrics that you wrote. What about the backing track? Are you supplying that, or we supply that as well?
Nope, that'll be all on you. So all you're
Oh,
getting are the lyrics this time.
okay.
Yep. I see in the chat, Tone says that's great. I always struggle with lyrics. Jeanette says I love it. I enjoy creating melodies. Awesome. So the challenge is I'm going to give you lyrics, and I'll show you those in just a moment. But it's your job or your mission to write the melody and the chords to the lyrics, and possibly create a track too if you're a track person. So really taking the lyrics and turning this into a song. So I'll give you the lyrics in a moment. The biggest rule is you cannot change the lyrics, so they have to appear as written. So no changing, no editing what's there. That's part of the challenge, is you write from as it's written. And don't worry, it's not a trick song or anything. I actually wrote it as a serious song, so it's all good. And then just post a recording of what you did with it, where I showed you on the post before. Paul Peterson in the chat says this goes to his strength, so he's excited. Awesome. So let's look at the actual lyrics then. So the song is called This Means, and I'll read it through, and you can see it on the screen. You'll be able to download this at the same place where you post your song. So if you want to download the lyrics, you can do that at the same post. But the song is called This Means, and it goes, I glanced out the screen door, I saw you pulling in, smiled as you walked up the drive. I hoped you would come back, I've been missing you so bad, grateful you're back here tonight. Because this means finally admitting our problems are worth facing, we don't have to give up. We can get back the old you and me, make promises we can keep. That's what this means. I know I have questions, you might have nagging doubts. Clarity is what we both need. So now we're together, can we get this figured out, finally get out of the weeds? And this means finally admitting our problems are worth facing, we don't have to give up. We can get back the old you and me, make promises we can keep. That's what this means. It's the first night of the rest of our story, a chance to start over, a chance to get stronger. This means finally admitting our problems are worth facing. We don't have to give up. We can get back the old you and me, make promises we can keep. That's what this means. So that is the song. Those are the lyrics. Are there any questions on what your challenge or what the mission is on this, or anything that I can answer for you at this point? And you can use the raise hand function. Oh, Paul.
How do we get hold of the lyrics?
So go to the same link in the community where you would post your song, and the lyrics are posted there.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yep, so you'll be able to download them. And I see, Paul Nye, you have your hand raised as well.
Yeah, can we add musical embellishments like solos?
The music is up to you. The only
Okay.
rule is you can't
Can't change
you
the lyrics.
can't change the lyrics. Right. Yep.
Okay.
So the link is at athomesongwritingcourses.com. So it's in the community, in the community link under the peer review section where you post your song. The actual link to where it goes is super long. Let me see if I can pull it up. I might be able to copy it here.
I think I have it if you don't have it, Chad.
I think I do.
Could you put the link in the chat so that we can just click it?
Yep, I just put it there. So you should be able to click on it.
Thank you very
Um,
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Wally, did you have your hand raised?
Yes. Chad, can we use can we use what's called melisma in the like in the word? Or do you want these, I mean, like I love you, versus I love you.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
I
just
mean,
as long as you're not changing the lyrics, you can do whatever works for you in the actual melody or how you're singing it, for sure.
okay. Okay, thanks.
And as far as like genre and stuff, that's totally up to you as well. I would say do what you do best and see what you can come up with. And I haven't written music to it yet either, so I completely just wrote the music, or excuse me, the lyrics first. So I don't quite know what I would do with it yet either. So I'm in the same boat as you. Paul Nye.
Yeah, I got an error message when I clicked on the link. Is that just my account or is it anybody else having that problem?
It just
Looks like it
requires
is.
you to log in, Paul.
You'd have
Okay,
to
I'll have to
log
log in.
in, Paul.
All right, good. Sounds good.
Yeah, you just have to use your login information.
Okay.
And if you forgot it, there should be a forgot login. Han says, can you write death metal to it? Yes. Yeah, any genre, whatever you think works for it. So it's really the lyrics are there, um, and it's really up to you what you do with them, and it'll be interesting to see what everybody does. So
But Chad, if you can do a death metal version of this, how will you tell if they've changed the lyrics?
that's true. That's true. That's funny.
Joking.
But yeah, so that's the challenge. This one is pretty straightforward. Take the lyrics, put them to music. And the recording does not have to be like super produced. It doesn't have to be overly perfect. It can just be you singing into your phone if you have to. Like it's not a production challenge. So it's really about putting music to the lyrics, and I think it'll be fun. And I again, this was Shelley's idea. When we did the top lining challenge, she said, why don't you give us lyrics and then we'll make music to it instead of music and then lyrics. And I was like, that's a cool idea. So I actually wrote these lyrics a couple months ago and then I decided to share them now. So yeah. Jeanette.
This is off the topic. It's not pertaining to this challenge, but I was listening to songs all week of my favorite songs, and getting back to the melody workshop we worked on. I was suggesting also if we could like maybe pick our favorite songs in the future and then put it in a bowl, and then like we pick our favorite song, if we could do like a song analysis, that way we can go, oh, what do you see in this song? Like what do you like about this song? And then like, oh, the bridge, the melody, the downbeat. I was just a suggestion, just because
Yeah.
I've been rewatching the workshop that we had in the past, and it just gave me an idea, like because since Shelley suggested the melody,
Yeah.
hey, you can create. I thought in the future that would be cool.
No, it would be fun to have you post like some of your favorite songs and then we can listen to them and see kind of like you said, do an analysis and see
Yeah.
like what's going on with them.
Yeah.
I actually do that with my students that I teach with Berkeley. Every semester, I usually ask for them to post, what are some of their favorite songs, and then it's interesting to hear what resonates with different people because no
Right.
one likes the same thing. Like it's
Exactly.
completely like all over the board. And I think if we went around here today, like we would find that as well. I mean, we might have people like, oh yeah, I like that song too, but it's really rare when you have people suggest the same song. So I think that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, it'll be fascinating.
Awesome. Razzie said, how would a lyric writer record beats for the challenge? Um, I mean, like Katie said, just sing it in, she's just gonna sing it. If you do need music, you could always find, like Hook Theory has the hook pad where you can do different creation of different tracks and things. Yeah, Hansi just posted in there. Paul says Soundtrap. I haven't used Soundtrap, but I think that's an online DAW too, right, Paul?
Yeah, it's freemium, but you can do enough for free where there's a bunch of loops and beats that you can bring in, and it's pretty simple to use. I have my students use it.
Cool. Yeah. But yeah, there's a few different options, especially, like Hook Pad is really good for if you just want to put in some chords, or it actually suggests chord progressions. It suggests like common chord progressions. So it's a great place to start for sure.
Excuse me, Professor, can you repeat that?
Yeah, so are you the Hook Pad, hooktheory.com? Yep, so it's
Thank you.
hooktheory.com, and then it's Hook Pad. And I think you can use parts of it for free, but then if you pay, I think it's like $4 a month or something. You may also be able to do like $30 a year if you do it as a whole year. I don't remember exactly. It's not a whole lot. Awesome. So any other questions on the challenge or anything else you want to talk about songwriting since we're all together? I don't really have anything else prepared because I just wanted to share this, but Wally. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry. Is there a time limit that you would
Like a length of the song, you mean?
yeah, like as far as time, how I mean
No, I mean I think most
3
of them.
minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. I mean, or is it you don't want it to go obviously over 7. So
Yeah. When I write, I don't think about length. I don't think about the length of time.
okay.
I usually just think about the structure and am I saying what I need to say? And sometimes if you have a slower tempo, that means you're going to have a longer song. So I don't worry
Right.
too much about the length. So really, is it fitting the way that you want it to? And are you getting everything in that you want to? I think that's the most important piece.
Okay. Thank you.
JP said, will this recording be available? Yes. So I'm going to post it once it processes through Zoom. I'll also add this video to the same post, excuse me, in the community where the lyrics are. So that way you can rewatch this and stuff too. And Tone says, maybe I should try a slower tempo so that I don't have to write so many lyrics in my next song. Maybe. Sometimes slower tempo gives you space to say more, though. Sometimes when you have a faster tempo, you actually say less, I think. But it really depends on kind of how you're setting that up or how you're reciting it. Awesome. Well, everybody, it was great to see everyone. Before we log off, any other final questions or topics that you want to chat about today? I should remind you too that the next workshop is coming up on April 17th. I'm going to be doing a workshop on finding your unique songwriting voice. So I'm going to give you some tips on how you can develop your own style and really how to figure out what do you want to focus on as a writer. And I think it's something that is a good inventory for each of us because we all have different goals. We all have different, as Jeanette said, we like different music. We're all kind of we're really a sum of our influences, right? So we're all kind of a product of what we like and a product of what moves us. So really learning how to tap into that and really knowing that it's okay to not necessarily have that figured out yet, that's something that we'll talk about as well. Katie, did you have your hand raised?
Yes. So I know everyone has like a bass instrument at some point along the line. And I've been staring at your piano and I'm just wondering what it is because everything that I've seen is either incredibly fancified and too difficult to handle, or it's for a child. So
Yeah.
what piano keyboard do you use rather?
So this is an old one. So this is like 20 years old, but this is a Yamaha Motif. I would say that this one is on the complicated fancy side.
Okay. Any suggestions?
Yeah, so like Yamaha makes a lot of really good so Yamaha has kind of their consumer side and then they have like the professional side. I would say anything in their more consumer area would be good, especially if you're just starting out. If you want something that does like the strong basics, but not in a childish way,
Yeah.
I would look into Yamaha. I also have a keyboard that you can't see that's in front of me, that it's more of just a controller. It's a complete keyboard, and then all of the sounds are actually come from my computer. So it comes from Logic or like some of the other plugins that I have, the other VSTs that I have.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Good question. Awesome. Well, everybody, it was great to see you. Hopefully I'll see you on the 17th for the next workshop. And then I can't wait to see the stuff that you write to my lyrics. This is gonna be fun. And Katie, Michelle put in the chat that Roland has some good keyboards too. Oh, Wally, did you have your hand raised?
Yes, I just quick, I wanted to share something with everyone. I've still been working on the last song that we did, the last challenge. And I know that's not a recommended technique to use, is to, marry something and just dive into it forever. But it's just the way I work. And I've learned so much from doing that, in that I've discovered a lot about myself and about what I need, how far I need to go, and what I've learned. And it's been one heck of a journey. I'd just like to say that, like I would write something, I'd correct something, it would sound better, it would be more the way it should be. And then the next morning I come down and I, boot up the song, listen to it. And I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? I mean, it's terrible. And it's just, I just learned this about me. It's like, oh my gosh, it's like, am I dyslexic or am I, you start to like realize that. And it's just all about songwriting, that, what sounds good initially may not sound good an hour from now.
Yeah.
And it is that thing that the next morning when you listen to it again and it sounds really good, that you're onto something, in your opinion. Not so. I mean, that's what I've learned. I've learned all kind of things, looking up how to do this, how to do that online, and your workshops and your videos. And it's been coming along really nicely, using harmony for the chorus parts, singing the harmony. I like to write songs that I can sing. If I can't sing them, I really don't want to try to be bothered with it, because it's a lot of work and you want to be able to play it in front of people at some point. So,
Yeah.
but I've learned a real lot, and I just wanted to share that. So,
Awesome. Well, thanks, Wally. That's great that you're, making some progress. Awesome.
thanks.
Well, everybody, have a great weekend. I will see you all soon, and go write some songs. Bye,
Thank you for
everybody.
sharing with us.
All right, Chad.
Thank you.
Yeah.